Welcome back everyone to the preview video for UFC Fight Night Cannonier vs Borralho at the Apex in Las Vegas. In this video we will go over all the picks that have been made so far by the UFC Prediction Channels on YouTube. For a quick note, I've decided to start my Patreon in 2 weeks because I forgot there are no fights next week and I don't want you to pay and then getting nothing back next week. But in the meantime, you can still support me on Buy Me a Coffee. And speaking of supporters, a really big shout out to the Drywall Fighting channel on YouTube for the very generous support this week on Buy Me a Coffee. Thank you guys so much, it really means a lot to me. Alright, let's get started with the last card of the month with the totals. There will be 12 fights, so far 59 channels made their predictions for a total of 444 predictions. The first fight of the night is in the flyweight division between Wang from China and Victoria Leonardo from the United States. And Wang is the biggest favorite in terms of odds on this card. She has minus 1100 odds versus Victoria, who has plus 680 odds. And Wang is also a huge favorite in picks by the Tapology community. 94% pick her to win this fight and think she will win via a decision or KO TKO. And Victoria only has 6% of the picks. And Wang is also a huge favorite in picks by the prediction channels on YouTube. 45 out of 47 channels predict that she will win this fight, or 96%. And from the best predictors, with a plus 5% return of investment over the last 2 months, they all pick her to win. And Victoria is only picked by 2 channels to win this fight for 4%. So in terms of picks and odds, it looks like a very rough night for Victoria Leonardo. Next we have another women's fight in the bantamweight division between Josiane Nunes from Brazil and Jacqueline Cavalcanti from Portugal. Jacqueline is the favorite over Nunes with minus 210 in odds and Nunes has plus 170. But Tapology disagrees with the odds makers. 62% pick Nunes to win and 38% pick Jacqueline to win. And what about the prediction channels on YouTube? Well, they agree with the odds makers. And Jacqueline is the favorite with 33 out of 44 channels picking her to win, or 75%. And Nunes is picked 11 out of 44 for 25%. And the best predictors over the last 2 months also favor Jacqueline to win. She get 3 out of 5 for 60% and Nunes get 2 out of 5 for 40%. Up next is a fight between Zygimantas Ramaska from Lithuania and Nathan Fletcher from England, and this fight has just been added. Fletcher is the favorite with minus 175 in odds and his opponent Ramaska has plus 145. And because this fight is so new, no predictions have yet been made by the Tapology community when I made the screenshot for this video. And only 2 channels made a prediction so far for this fight and they both favor Nathan Fletcher to win this match. So very minimal data in terms of picks for this fight. Then we have a fight in the lightweight division between Viacheslav Borshchev from Russia and James Llontop from Peru. Borshchev is a pretty decent favorite with minus 230 in odds and James is the underdog with plus 180. And also by the Tapology community, in terms of picks, Borshchev is the favorite. 72% think he will win and if he does, via a KO TKO. And James Llontop gets 28% of the picks. And it looks very similar with the data from the YouTube prediction channels. 34 out of 48 predict that Borshchev will win, or 71. And 14 out of 48 predict James will win for 29%. And 2 out of 6 from the best predictors, or 33%, pick James and 4 out of 6 pick Borshchev. For the next fight we again have a fighter with no picture. A lot of the fighters on this card have no pictures whatsoever on the UFC website, which usually means it's their first fight for the UFC. As is the case with Jose Medina from Bolivia, who's fighting Reese from the United States in the middleweight division. Reese is a huge favorite with minus 580 in odds and Jose Medina is a big underdog with plus 410. And Reese is also the big favorite by the Tapology community picks. 95% predict him to win and via a KO or TKO. which makes him the biggest favorite by the Tapology community for this card. And Medina only gets 5% of the picks. And the YouTube prediction channels all pick Zachary to win this fight. 47 out of 47 for 100%, making him the biggest favorite in terms of picks by the YouTube prediction channels. The last fight of the prelims is between Dennis Buzukja from the United States and Francis Marshall, also from the United States. And Francis is the replacement for Danny Silva, who was originally the opponent for Dennis. And even though Francis is a late replacement, he is the favorite in odds with -150 and Dennis is the underdog with +120. But Dennis is the favorite on the Tapology community versus Francis. 76% predict that Dennis will win and 24% predict that Francis will win. Most think this fight will go to a decision. And we don't have a lot of picks from the YouTube prediction channels because of the late replacement, but here most favor Dennis to win over Francis. 11 out of 18 or 61% predict that he will win, and Francis gets 7 out of 18 picks for 39%. So who do you trust? The Tapology and the YouTube prediction channels or the odds makers? Who do you think will win? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoy the content of this video, then don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. The opener of the main card is between Edmen Shahbazyan and Gerald Meerschaert, both from the United States of America, in the featherweight division. Edmen is the favorite with -300 in average odds, and Gerald has +240. And 82% of the Tapology community think that Edmen will win via a KO or TKO, and only 18% predict that Gerald will win. And the YouTube prediction channels also agree. 40 out of 46 predict Edmen to win, or 87%, and 6 out of 46 or 13% predict that Gerald will win. And one of the best prediction channels predict that Gerald will win, and 5 out of 6 predict Edmen will win. So a big favorite overall. Then we have a fight in the welterweight division between Michael Morales from Ecuador and Neil Magny from the United States. And Michael Morales is the second biggest favorite of this card with -930 in odds, and Neil Magny is a big underdog with +580. Morales is also a big favorite on the Tapology community. 91% pick him to win, but most think it will be via decision. And only 9% predict Magny to win this fight. And the prediction channels on YouTube all pick Michael Morales to win. 48 out of 48 for 100%. And so far, 0 predictions channels have picked Neil Magny to win this fight. Up next is the Ultimate Fighter finale in the featherweight division between Kaan Ofli from Turkey and Mairon Santos from Brazil. The Brazilian is the favorite with -200 in average odds versus Kaan Ofli with +160. 57% of the Tapology community pick Ofli to win and 43% pick Santos. As this fight was announced very late, only 28 picks were made in total when I took this screenshot. And also only 6 channels made a prediction on this fight, but they all favor Mairon Santos to win. So again, another fight with not a lot of picks that have been made so far. Then up next we have another finale of the Ultimate Fighter. This time in the middleweight division between Ryan Loder from the United States and Robert Valentin from Switzerland. Robert Valentin is the favorite with -180 in average odds, and Ryan Loder is the underdog with +150. And Robert Valentin is also a big favorite on the Tapology community. 84% predict that he will win via KO or TKO, and only 16% pick Loder to win. And Robert is also the favorite by the UFC prediction channels on YouTube. But here the picks are a bit closer. 26 out of 41 predict that Robert will win, or 63%, and 15 out of 41 for 37% predict that Ryan Loder will win. And from the best prediction channels over the last 2 months, 3 out of 4 predict Robert to win and 1 out of 4 predict Ryan will win. Then the co-main event of the evening and second last fight of this card is between Angela Hill from the United States and Tabatha from Brazil in the strawweight division. In odds they are both even. Somehow I make a mistake and make the -110 red for Ricky, but they're even, so ignore that. In terms of picks, they're not even, but still quite close. Hill is the slight underdog with 43% of the picks from the Tapology community for her, and 57% predict Ricky to win this fight. Most people think this fight will go to a decision. But the UFC Prediction Channels have a bit more faith in Angela Hill. 26 out of 47 or 55% predict her to win, and 21 out of 47 or 45% predict that Ricky will win. So again, very close. And from the best predictors, 2 out of 5 think Angela will win and 3 out of 5 think Ricky will win. So overall, this match is looking to be a very close one. Then we go to the main event between Jared Cannonier from the United States and Borralho from Brazil in the middleweight division. Borralho is the favorite with minus 250 in average odds, and Jared Cannonier has plus 200, making him the underdog. Borralho is a pretty big favorite in picks by the Tapology community. 81% predict that he will win, and most think it will be by a decision. And 19% predict Cannonier to win. And the same results when you look at the predictions from the YouTube prediction channels. 40 out of 48 or 83% predict Borralho to win, and 8 out of 48 or 70% predict that Jared Cannonier will win, and 5 out of 6 of the best predictors for also 83% predict Borralho to win, and 1 out of 6 is picking Jared. That was it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful and informative. Thank you all for watching and have a great weekend and enjoy the fights.